1418. Incredible Us.
Hi, I'm Sukanya Bhagi from 1418, India's first exclusive platform for 14 to 18 years old. I'm a psychologist by profession and I work on developing curriculum and content. Today, I'll be talking to you about how to find out if you're stressed, anxious, or depressed. So, let's start by understanding that there are times when we don't feel at our best, when we don't feel good, when we are worried, we are stressed out, we are feeling guilty, we don't feel motivated enough to do something, or we just don't feel like ourselves. We feel like we are being somebody else, as if we are not as happy as we should be, or we are constantly thinking about something, or we are worried about something. So all of us go through certain times when we are not feeling good, when we are not being ourselves, and we know that something is not right. Now, these times are very tough. They are difficult situations and they could be a result of anything. They could be a result of normal day-to-day events, such as some pressure or some problems or some issues at school, family, relationships, or extracurricular, or some pressure about career. So it could be anything, or it could be something as general or as easy as an upcoming exam, or your friend suddenly stops talking to you. So it could be any event which could trigger a reaction from us which is not good, which we feel is hampering our life, which is affecting our well-being. So these are times when we don't feel good. Now first, I want you to know that a lot of times we use words like, hey, I'm feeling depressed, or hey, I'm feeling down, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling guilty, worried, or oh my god, I'm having anxiety. So a lot of time we hear these words on a day-to-day basis. But it's very important that when we use certain words, we understand their real meaning. We understand what does they even mean. So let's start by understanding the difference between stress, depression, and anxiety. First is stress. Stress is something which occurs as a result of difficult situations or challenges which are thrown at us. So we could feel stressed from daily day-to-day activities, or we could feel stress from some extreme events, some difficult events that happen in our life. So for example, you may feel stressed when there is an exam and you haven't studied for it, and now you don't know what will you write in the exam. So as a result of it, you may feel stressed out, or you may even feel stressed out if your friend suddenly stops talking to you. Now that's a difficult situation, but mostly what happens is stress goes away when the stressor is gone. So for example, once the exam is over, you might stop feeling stressed out, or if you prepare well for the exam, you might stop feeling stressed out, or if your friend starts talking to you again, you might again stop feeling stressed out. So the stress is gone when the stressor is gone. And I also want you to understand that stress is not always bad. I mean, just think about it. Would you really study for an exam if you're not worried, or if you're not feeling stressed about what will happen in the exam? Or would you take your career seriously? Would you, do everything to get into your dream college if you're not a little stressed about your career? So some stress is okay, but a lot of stress could result into hampering your well-being, or it could interfere with your daily functioning. The second thing is anxiety. Now let's understand anxiety in this way. It's a sense of fear from a threatening situation, and this threatening situation is perceived in the mind. So it's not always a real situation, and this is something which is perceived in the mind, and as a result of it, there's a lot of sense of fear about something unlikely that will happen in our life. And anxiety is something serious. Anxiety affects our life. It affects our life in different ways. It affects our school, it affects our academics, our relationships, our daily life. And anxiety is something that has to be taken very seriously. When you feel a sense of fear, a fear for an unknown cause, that, what if this happened, what if that happens, what if the roof falls down. So it could be about anything in your life which creates a lot of fear, and that fear interferes with your life. And sometimes because of severe anxiety, people also have anxiety attacks. The third thing is depression. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard, or you might have used words like, hey, I'm feeling depressed, or, oh, she's so depressing, etc., etc. First thing is, we should stop using depression in, general terms. For example, depression is a medical issue. It is a problem, and it should be, spoken in that way. So what happens is, when we are feeling down, when we are unhappy, when something bad happens in our life, and as a result of it, we are feeling sad for probably minutes or hours, or a day or two, we use the term depression. We say that, hey, we are depressed, but that's not the right thing to say. You should rather say, hey, I'm feeling upset, or I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling down, which is fine. But depression is something which is more severe. Depression is a medical problem, just like fever or high blood pressure or some heart issue. Depression is a medical problem. It's a mental health issue. So in depression, what happens is there is a general state of unhappiness, feeling down all the time. So it doesn't go away in an hour, it doesn't go away in 2 hours, it doesn't go away when the thing that you want to happen happens. So for example, you're feeling upset because your parents didn't allow you to go to a party that you wanted to. Now, in that upsetness, it gets over once your parents allow you, or you get your favorite stuff, but that's not how depression operates. Depression stays for more than weeks, more than months, and there are more symptoms of depression, such as loss of interest in activities that you used to enjoy earlier, then feeling demotivated, no motivation at all, changes in your sleep, either you're sleeping too much or too little, changes in your eating habits, either you're again eating too much or too little, then feeling upset all the time, literally all the time, and it stays, and it starts affecting your life. It interferes with your daily life. Somebody who's depressed would have problems in going to the school, or would have problems getting up in the morning and even dressing up. And sometimes they also get withdrawn from people, so they don't want to spend time with people, and there's a sense of detachment from people. So this is what is the difference between stress, anxiety, and depression. The most important thing as a teenager is to recognize what you're feeling. It's completely okay to have emotions, to feel different things at different times, because we all are human beings, we have different feelings, and it's perfectly okay. So there's nothing to feel ashamed or guilty about our feelings, because hey, feelings are a natural part of life. But what we need to remember is that we need to start recognizing how we feel, and once we recognize how we feel, we start automatically working on it. So the first step is to know whether you're feeling worried, whether you're feeling guilty, whether you're stressed out, whether you are demotivated, or is it something more, or is it something which has been happening over a period of time, something that is literally hampering your life, something that is not letting you be you. So we need to start finding out the signs and symptoms, take them into consideration, and then recognize how we feel. So the most important thing is there are certain signs and symptoms of stress, anxiety, and depression which you can be look out at. So for example, for stress, the symptoms are usually headaches, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, chest pain, then a loss of sleep. These are the symptoms for stress. Then for anxiety, the symptoms are usually fear, a lot of fear about something, panic, a lot of feeling about panic. Sometimes there are even anxiety attacks, a constant nagging feeling where you're always worried about something, a constant feeling. Then a lot of panic, lot of threatening feelings where you're feeling threatened by something. And then comes depression. For depression, the symptoms are general state of unhappiness, where you're unhappy or sadness for all the times, anger. sometimes anger, then hopelessness, helplessness, feeling that nothing would change, this is what it is, feeling like I can't make a change, then lack of motivation, your energy level gets low, feeling demotivated, and it starts hampering your daily life. So these are the signs and symptoms that you should be look out for. The most important thing is to understand that it's okay to not feel okay. Yes, so it's completely fine if you're not feeling okay. What you should do is you should recognize how you feel about something, what is happening to you, and then you should seek help. So guys, if you have a fever, or if you have a high blood pressure, or any general physical health problem, you would seek the help of a doctor, right? So similarly, it's completely okay to seek help of a psychologist or a counselor when you are not feeling good, when something is bothering you, when something is affecting your mental health, because mental health is our priority. If our mental health is not good, we can't function. There is literally nothing we will be able to do, because our physical and mental health works together. Right, so if you are physically fit, we are mentally fit. If you are mentally fit, we are physically fit, and that is very, very, very important. So please make sure that whenever you're feeling certain difficult emotions, you talk about it. You should have no embarrassment, or you should not feel guilty, ashamed about it, and know that you're brave enough, you're strong enough to seek help and support. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 1418. And I'll see you very soon with another video. Thank you.
1418 Incredible Us.